Hello, lovely souls. Dr. Daphne here with you today, and I'm going to give you my travel tips from going around the world to 19 countries so far this year, 49 countries in my lifetime. First of all, have fun, and everywhere you are, get something meaningful. For example, I got this dress here from Vietnam. You get small souvenirs, not necessarily inexpensive, something like a piece of jewelry or something small in size can pack very easily into a suitcase so you can take it home to your loved ones later, whereas like huge things like a huge hat or something might not. I like to get things that are meaningful and wear things that are meaningful. For example, these earrings I got in San Francisco for myself. This bracelet was given to me by a friend. This hat was given to me by my sister. So have fun, make it meaningful, be conscious about what you buy because you will have it for the rest of your life if you want to. Now the number 2 tip is, oh my goodness, travel takes a combination of flexibility on the one hand and determination on the other. You have to be very flexible, go with the flow, realize this is not your country, that you are traveling for a reason to experience other cultures and to be flexible about it and to learn and to experience. But at the same time, you have to have determination sometimes to make things happen. Another tip I have is when you pack, put things in the same spot in the suitcase. So it doesn't have to be the same spot literally in the suitcase when you pack, but have a pouch, for example, your toiletries. You might bring 2 or 3 pouches, you know, like toiletry bags. If you have a see-through clear one, that's even better. But if you have one that's one color or pattern, that is only for washing your face and brushing your teeth, and another one that's for shower stuff, and another one that's for makeup. That is super helpful because then when you're like, oh, where's my lip gloss? You know where to get it. Or where's my toothbrush? You know, I always recommend to bring a hat. I bring wide brim hats, not even wider than this one right here, because I need a lot of shelter from the sun. And you might think, how do you bring a huge wide brim hat around the world with you? Well, what I do is I pack it, I take it off, and see this dome part right here? I pack it with clothes or something like that, and I put it in my suitcase. Also, I don't know about you, but some people like to go backpacking around the world. I personally do not do that. I think it's great for those who do, and they seem to think it's very convenient. But if you're like me and you don't want to carry something heavy on your back all the time, I highly recommend getting a suitcase with rollers on the bottom. I bring a large suitcase and I have a small suitcase that is small enough to fit on carry-ons on the plane. Keep in mind that outside the US, what's allowed on carry-on on a plane is the dimensions are usually a little bit smaller. So it might be 2 inches smaller either way. So when you buy a carry-on to travel with, don't get the largest one you can find that can pass as a carry-on. Go the other way. Get a small one that you know, no matter what the country is, if they allow, you know, the carry-on suitcases on the planes, if they allow that at all, then that one is going to fit. Because some places are very strict and they enforce only the small one. They don't let you have it if it's overstuffed. So be careful about that. And then I like to bring a bag that I also bring carry-on. And I love this bag so much. I highly recommend your bag be something that you can zip, something that is waterproof, and if it has these little things on the side where you can slip it over the suitcase handle so that when you are walking through the airport or walking places, you can just take the handle of the carry-on and it has the actual other bag like kind of fastened on top. That is so much easier. You will feel so light and like, wow, I can carry this. So I take that plus a big suitcase with me around the world. I've gone 6 months without stopping, and it has been enough for me. Another tip I have is, might sound funny, but sit in the front of the bus whenever possible. A lot of places in the world have these vans that take you to excursions or might transport you from one place to the other. And if you have the ability, sit in the very front seat, especially if you're traveling alone. I have found that it has been the greatest blessing, because for many reasons. First of all, usually if something weird is happening or there's some people that might be bothering other people, it's not going to be right next to the bus driver or van driver, most likely, because they'd notice it and tell them to stop or kick them off or whatever. So safety, I feel pretty safe in the front seat. Also, you get a panoramic view of the countryside as you're driving. You get the front view and the side view. You can take great videos in the front or pictures or just enjoy it. And also, whoever is driving is usually a native to that area, and they are usually very friendly, very happy to share their knowledge about the area. I mean, this is their job, this is what they do, and they are from the area, so they know so much, and they're usually very happy to have somebody that's actually interested in the things that are not necessarily on the tours, and they give you a lot of inside information. And if you want to sit in silence, they're usually just fine with that as well. Buy your toiletries when you get there, so don't use up precious weight with toiletries from home. Just go to the store and get some shampoo, whatever you need when you get there. I usually use flights.google.com to look for flights, and then I buy directly from the airlines because it's easier to change or get anything done directly from the airlines if you need to later. My last tip is, before you go, learn a couple of phrases. It's very nice, it's very respectful, it's very helpful, and it's fun to learn phrases of whatever language that they speak where you're going. So before you go, just Google. Google Translate is great. I highly recommend you use the app. It has voice and written translation both ways from both languages. Most languages have voice, some don't. Like when I was in Laos, they did not have the voice, which was difficult because the language had different letters and I couldn't type it in. But for the most part, the translation app is great. Conversion rate app is amazing too, to always have that ready when you're buying something, because it's so easy to forget the conversion rates, and I have had to check so many times. I recommend learning thank you and hello in whatever language. That will go a long way, and try your best to speak that language. I hope you enjoyed my tips, my travel tips for this halfway point for me. I've gone halfway through my solo female traveler year abroad. Please subscribe to stick with me during my travels, and comment below for any questions you have on traveling or your own travel tips. Please share them below. Thank you. Bye-bye.